All right, ladies and gentlemen, I come back to you. It's halftime. Boston Celtics are up by like 15 or 16 points on the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cleveland Cavaliers, this lovely team that I am a passionate fan about, am going to try to keep my composure and go in the analytical point of the game. All right. So, number one, your starters are shooting like garbage. And the reason why I'm going to keep it PG is because I am on YouTube and I don't know what the rules are on YouTube. But for the most part, we're going to go ahead and talk about Darius Garland. Darius Garland is nowhere to be found. He is not running the plays like we do on the last 15 games that we normally would be showing people how to play, how to run the Cleveland Cavaliers. Darius Garland is just playing one-on-one offense, and that is not Cleveland Cavalier basketball. That is, I don't know what Darius Garland is doing. I was giving him his flowers the past 15 games, and I know it's just a regular season game, but the truth is there are certain games in the season that will change the impact or the outcome of certain benefits that you get from being a winning team. What the Cavaliers are showing you right now is like the Atlanta Hawks of Joe Johnson and Josh Smith that went up against LeBron in the playoffs. It's just that simple. Like, to be honest, and I'm gonna go ahead and hashtag Cleveland Cavalier. Because I would love to see people tune in. So I'm trying to add everybody because I would love to give you guys your opinions. Because I expect people who are Boston Celtics fans, to come in here and say, hey, the Cavs are just trash or a mediocre team. They have every right to say that for the first half already as it is. The season is not over. Darius Garland can grow. Donovan Mitchell can grow. This team can grow and be more conducive, more conductive, more efficient if they trust the Cavaliers system, the Cavaliers basketball, Kenny Atkins coaching abilities. Right now, what we're seeing is a dysfunction because of the output that we've been performing with in the last 5 games. In the last 5 games, I've been complaining and on my TikTok and on this platform in the past few videos about the complacency and the effort that's been given in the first half of every game. Evan Mobley showed up in the first quarter, disappeared the second quarter. Donovan Mitchell is afraid to shoot the rock because he's missed the past 5 shots, and he only shot 1 3 in the second quarter. Darius Garland is a mediocre player at best because even Craig Porter is playing than Darius Garland. The only 2 players that showed up today offensively is Mobley in the first quarter and Craig Porter. And Kenny Atkins, this is the only criticism I have. You never take your hot player out of the game. You never let them go cold on the bench. Craig Porter, even though he is not your starting player, he's not your star player, Craig Porter was the productivity that was being produced in the game in the first quarter and at the beginning of the second quarter. And my question would be is why did you take him out the game? He is the hottest player you have right now shooting. And then the other thing that I cannot explain is the inability to read the offense. They are spreading you out. They already know that you're going to play them past the 3-point line. They're dishing it in the paint, kicking it back out. Why are we overzealous in helping the paint? There's no reason for us to help the paint. Jared Allen can handle Al Horford by himself. Al Horford is a 3-point shooter with a good hook shot at best. But if he gets you deep in the paint, then so be it. Let him hit the 2. It's better taking the 2 than the 3. That's my personal opinion, especially when you have exceptional shooters on the outside. Strus, and then Pritchard should not be left open. Their only job is to play defense and sit on the 3 line and wait for the pass. Stretch the floor. That's exactly what they're there for. And it baffles me that people don't understand the ability to reach out to, the ability of how to read an offense. You got Jaylen Brown on top. You got Jaylen Brown on top running point, You have a point guard sitting on the wing. You have Al Horford sitting on the wing. Everybody's on the perimeter, and then you put them in a zone. Why would you be put in a zone? Like, it doesn't make sense going zone with a perimeter offense. They're literally moving from an inside interior kick and pass team to a perimeter offense the moment you guys go in zone. And they're exposing the zone because what happens is with the zone, on the weak side, you lean over. And they're switching and setting a pick on the top, making it look like a deceptive play. Backdoor's open. Drew Holiday cuts backdoor with a layup. Like, stop depending on people that cannot run. Niang, unfortunately, is a 3-minute highlight. 3 minutes per quarter is all he needs. He shouldn't be out there more than 5 minutes. If you're going to have Niang out there, have Thonmaker out there, or the dude with the Maker last name. Or bring in the young buck, Tyson, so that way he could defend, get in foul trouble or whatever. It doesn't matter if he gets in foul trouble. We don't need him at the end of the game. We just need productivity, people that are fast, that are going to cut the lanes. Sam Merrill shouldn't be guarding Tatum. Sam Merrill's too little for him. Ty Jerome shouldn't be running with Darius Garland when Darius Garland wants to run point. The moment Ty Jerome comes in the court, Darius Garland should move to shooting guard and stop playing point guard. That's the honest truth. Darius Garland to me is a mediocre player. He reminds me of James Harden. That's who Darius Garland reminds me of. Not a style of play, but his personality. He only shows up for mediocre teams, for trash teams that can't really play basketball or are not coached properly and cannot finish a game. But now you're going up against a team that is elite, Boston Celtics. What makes the Boston Celtics such an interesting team to beat today is because there's two things that you're going to do. You're going to establish your bar. You're going to see where you're at amongst the league. And as of right now, tomorrow morning, the power rankings will show Boston Celtics better than the Cavs, regardless of record. Because this is where a lot of people said, don't believe the hype, don't believe the hype, don't believe the hype, don't believe the hype. This is your opportunity to establish in the East who's the big dogs. And right now, Boston Celtics are showing you exactly who the big dogs are in the East. And the Boston Celtics live rent-free in the Cleveland Cavaliers' minds. Like, I just don't understand it. I honestly don't understand the position that the Cavaliers are coming from. Like, I don't understand how they're thinking the game of basketball against the Celtics. I can easily talk back here because, I'm not an NBA player. But one thing I can do is observe the tenacity. I can observe the body language, the behaviors of each player. Everybody knows their assignment. Everybody knows where they're going to be at. It doesn't matter who's defending them. They are playing their role, their position. They're not overhelping. They're crashing the boards. Evan Mobley's looking for a foul call when he's being guarded by 6'6" players. Like, go up there like Shaq, like, boom, hit him with the body. You know, that's one thing I like about Dwight Howard. Even though he smiled and he looked soft when he didn't take the game serious, he's always smiling. The dude went up strong every time. He demanded a dunk or foul call. Like, that's what Dwight Howard still was better than the mediocre centers we have right now. Look at yesterday, the Raptors, Poto put up 37 points. And guess what? He's not the strongest center in the league. He's not Wembanyama. He's not Chet Holmgren. He's not the Joker. But still, he managed to perfect his craft. He managed, okay, I'm not a strong player. I'm going to go up there and get my layup. His hands are soft, bro, like pillow hands. Like, why aren't you going up strong, dunking the ball, demanding a foul call? Like, you want people to feel bad for you, but you're 7 foot. You're 7 foot. If you want the foul call, make the foul look real, like, boom. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then Jared Allen, where are you? What is Jared Allen doing? Why are we playing outside? Why are we shooting the rock so much and expecting a different outcome down the next trip? Like, we're not playing any paint at all. We're like, Tatum is their biggest dude, and Tatum is like living rent-free in the paint. Like, when are we going to charge these dudes? When are we going to step up and actually block these shots? When are we going to, like, hey, Wake up, smell the coffee. Like it don't make no sense. But anyways, this is my tantrum. I apologize. I'm a big Cleveland Cavaliers fan, and from a regular fan, those are the thoughts that I have. From an analytical perspective, Jaylen Brown is too big for Donovan Mitchell to guard. Jaylen Brown by far is the best shooting guard, small forward in the East. Tatum's best power forward in the East. Drew Holiday, best role players, sidekicks to both of them. Drew Holiday, sleeper. They just keep losing them. Pritchard, they keep losing them, and they keep losing them off their radar. Like players that shouldn't be off their radar. If they would have read a scouting report, they would have read, do not leave these guys open. Do not leave them open and guard them. Yeah. So like it's in the scouting report. Do not leave Pritchard open. Do not leave White open. Play everybody like if they are going to shoot the ball. Like, why are we overzealous and wanting to overhelp the screen or overhelp the cutting man or overhelp in the paint? We have 7-footers. They don't. They do not have any 7-footers that can out-rebound or outperform our 7-footers. Why are we overzealous to help this paint? We don't need to help the paint. If we have centers, we should trust our centers. That's it. Play the three-point line, play the three ball, make them drive, make them shoot the tough two. We made them drive twice or made them take the tough shot about 3 or 4 times. Hey, kudos to them. They made it. They made that tough shot. But to play a championship team, you got to play at a championship caliber with a championship mentality. Like, hey, I am winning this game no matter what. Not, oh, I'm just going to keep the game close. Oh, no, they're shooting the three. Like, stop. Like, these are grown men. Like, why are you acting like you a little kid? Like, it literally looks like a G League versus an NBA team. That's what it looks like. But anyways, this is my 216 Sports Studios. I am very, very, very critical when it comes to playing basketball. I'm very critical when I see players miss assignments. I'm very critical at pointing all the negatives. The positives here is that Craig Porter looks like the best player on the Cavaliers team today. And the positive is that when we decide to show up, we should look 10 times better than what we look now. Typically, we would score 60 to 80 points in the first half. The rest of the season this is the first time we've been less than 50 points in the first half. To me, that's unacceptable. Like, the way you practice is the way you're going to perform. And right now, the way we've been mediocrely playing against these other teams, December 1st, regardless of whatever the outcome is in this game, if we lose in this game, which it looks like it's going to be worse than the 5-point difference, but if we lose this game, our redemption game is going to be against the Celtics in Cleveland, which is not going to matter because we have home court advantage. We'll have the crowd behind us, and we won't have that ugly green court because, to be honest, I think that court's throwing everything off. I don't even like watching the game with that green court on the background. It's just it's bothering my eyes, not because I don't like green or because I don't think the court looks cool. I just think with how the high definition is working with that court, it's too high def. It looks like I'm sitting on a lily pad or something. But anyways, hit that follow button, hit that like button. It's about 14 minutes now. It's typically every game starts about 15 minutes after 15-minute halftime breaks. Y'all have a good one.